PhotoShelter's photographer websites do more than just show images. Turn your website into a business tool by adding a searchable archive, high-res downloads, print and stock sales, and industry-leading search engine optimization. Try it for only $1 for 14 days at PhotoShelter.com.
Hey, it's Grover from PhotoShelter. I am here in Chicago, Illinois. I'm actually at Threadless, the t-shirt company. You can see them at threadless.com. Now I'm here because they use photography really well. This is not your typical brochure type photography. They really do a really creative job. They do shoots inside, they shoot outside, they do all kinds of things to really help tell the tale of the shirt and to help sell the product. So I met up with Sean and Sean to talk about what they do and how they do it. So let's get started.
My name's Sean Donahue. I'm the creative director at Threadless.
My name's Sean Dorgan. I'm the staff photographer at Threadless.
Threadless is a community-based design company. We release new t-shirts every week that are designed from people from all over the world. Photography is really important to us. It's our main representation of not only the community and the art that we produce every week, the people in the company. We use employees for our models, but also to represent the products that we release. Our photography is different from a lot of other e-commerce sites photography. We do a combination of outdoor and indoor shots. Mostly we're just trying to bring the designs to life. So we'll travel around the neighborhood, use locations inside of our offices, and sometimes we'll shoot on sweeps with different lighting techniques.
I think our photography is unique compared to other e-commerce sites, just in that we're not using models, we're using friends and employees for the most part. We always have. It's just very organic, I shot a lot of people in an alleyway because, well, we have like a pretty tight production schedule sometimes, and there's an alley right there, and that's what we have to work with, and just try to make the best out of it. In a typical week, we're usually shooting anywhere from 12 to 30 t-shirts.
Photography's played a really big role in the presentation of the design, and oddly enough, I think one of my best examples would be some of our darker shirts. We had one called the Swedish Bikini Werewolf Destruction Unit. Sean went to a junkyard.
Yeah, it was outside like a steel mill.
At night, steel mill, junkyard, really dramatic lighting. Another one was
Hot Chicks on Wolves.
Hot Chicks on Wolves. And she went to a motorcycle repair shop for that. We had a really great model who was someone's upstairs neighbor. She was covered in tattoos and just really looked the part. And the other one was the first Dick Firestorm shirt, the last fucking unicorn. Yeah. We shot that with all of our tech department. Really dark, really dramatically lit again.
Kind of like a Metallica album cover.
Kind of like a Metallica album cover or something. And with those, they're dark designs, so I think they have an audience, but for sure, the presentation of them, I think, was really important, to sort of like bring these designs that could be pretty polarizing, to a place where people could see themselves wearing them or like want to be that person who was wearing it.
Sure. Since I've been here, I've probably shot a couple thousand t-shirt designs, and that's a lot. There's a few that, there's a couple at least that definitely stand out to me as like some of my favorites, just because of the stories behind them. And one of those was definitely this design called Hot Chicks on Wolves. My creative director and I got together and decided that we wanted to get motorcycles involved somehow in the shoot. So basically, my friend hangs out at a garage with a bunch of other bikers where they build old motorcycles, old Harleys and stuff like that. And he told me that, he's like, you can't just show up there. You have to bring like a case of beer, to get in, or you can't even get in. I was like, oh yeah, that's easy. It's $12, So I picked up a case of beer and went there, and we got this girl that lived underneath my friend's apartment, and she had lots of tattoos and stuff, and was like into doing pinup modeling. So we thought she'd be perfect for it, and we got her and my friend, and it was pretty cool. There was just tons of different motorcycles to choose from, and we found this one that this guy had built, and just set up everything with kind of hard light, and lot of rim lights and stuff, and yeah, it turned out really cool. I did one for the Threadless book for a design called The Morning After. I took my friend Betsy that works here, and we drove to my apartment, and within an hour, we just like set it up basically like the day after a party or the morning after a party, because basically that's what the shirt's about. So we put streamers everywhere and balloons and funny, or what do you call it, funny string or silly string, yeah. And her hair's all messed up and she looks like she's had a rough evening, things like that. And yeah, just I happen to have turntables and a lot of records, so it just kind of looks like the aftermath of a party. And yeah, I think it worked out pretty good. It's definitely one of my favorite things that I've shot so far. Another cool series of images I got to work on were for this series that we did with 4 different comic book artists. They each designed a shirt, and it was really cool because I got to shoot everything like they were like a comic book character. I was just kind of trying to imagine like what they would look like, and it's usually kind of dramatic, so I try to do dramatic things with the lighting. And then in post we did things like outlining them in black, and we actually fit them into an actual comic strip, and that became like the the front page of our site, like for a week or something like that. It just looked really, we basically created like a mini comic book out of these designs, and yeah, it's something that turned out really neat, and I was like always kind of happy with the way it looked and stuff. Pretty stoked on how it turned out afterwards. Today we plan on shooting this shirt outside, but it started raining, so plan B was to go in the back of the warehouse in front of this graffitied out truck and just make do with that. And basically that's just kind of the nature of how it goes around here. Sometimes you have more time to do things and to set up lights and to make everything perfect and plan, and then sometimes things like just happen really quickly, and you need to get them done and just bang it out. So 5 or 10 minutes here and there is usually like the average time for a photo shoot around Threadless. This is our Threadless photo studio. This is where we shoot all the shirts, at least on flat, on white, or over here at this kind of tabletop setup that we have. We also have a bigger sweep that we'll use for things occasionally. We do a lot of stuff like in the environment. We don't shoot a ton of stuff in studio, but we do have tons of lights. This big Octabank we use, for instance, to shoot the Select series that we had. They wanted a nice, evenly lit gray sweep, and it's nice to have like a big broad light source to do that. So we did pick one of these up. We just have like the shelf full of like various modifiers and things like that. Hunnell speed grids. These are just grids for strobes. Got this sweet beauty dish I got off of eBay last year for like $60, I think, and yeah, it works pretty good for the price. Oh, this is actually the first beauty dish I made out of like a planner I got from Home Depot and a CD case, and it actually used to work really, really well. I used to put an Nikon SB800 through here. I got this little mirror actually from like an AutoZone or something too. This thing served me well for a long time, but it's been dropped too many times, and I got a better beauty dish solution now, so I don't use it too often. This is Photo Mechanic, as you probably recognize. It's an awesome program, and use this to basically get down to the images that we're going to use from the shoot. So yeah, I'm just going to punch this one up, and that's like one of the first test shots we did. That was a little dark, so yeah, just dialed it up a little bit, and that one's okay. It's okay. And basically I'll just go through these and find the one that looks the best, in my opinion, and yeah, I'll end up tagging it. Usually looking for a balance between the one where the shirt looks the best and the one that I think is the best photo in general. Probably just end up going with those two, narrow them down, and yeah, from here we can just like open these up in Photoshop.
Well, there's the missing brick.
And it looks pretty good. I don't do a whole lot in camera raw. Pretty much just adjustments in exposure and white balance. I try to get it within like a half a stop, exposure. I don't use a light meter or anything like that, but I usually find I'm pretty close with the finished product, so that's good. And this white balance seems a little too warm for me, so I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. I tend to like things warmer sometimes, but then at the same time, we want to maintain like the accurate colors of the t-shirt, so yeah, basically I'll try to just match that up how I saw it in real life. Sometimes I'll do a little clarity, but that's pretty much it.